Hey, what's up you guys? So today I have something a little bit different to do for a video. I don't normally do these. I think I've done one other one in the past, but this one I could not share with you guys because it's just, normally my life isn't, doesn't have very many good stories to come from it, but
this one is definitely taking the fucking cake.
So, where do I even begin on this story? So basically,
flat out, I have a stalker.
Now, it's not the kind of stalker that's like a peeping Tom that peeks through your windows and follows you home and things like that, but he shows up at my place of work. Let me just look that something. He found me at my job and he comes in very regularly now. So this actually all started about 5 or 6 years ago when I first started my job. And I've been there kind of on and off over the years. And I can't believe it's starting all over again. It stopped for a while and now it's suddenly like, well, let's do it again. Why not? So basically what started many years ago was this guy came into my work twice before he decided to give me my phone number. So he came in, he found out my name, okay? And the next time he came in, he asked, "Do you have a piece of paper?" And me being really little and young and 19 years old and not thinking, I was like, yeah, I have a piece of paper. Gave him a piece of paper, gave him a pen, and he slid the piece of paper across the counter all slick, like, and then left. Walked out. Never thought I was gonna see him again. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Why do you leave this piece of paper? I thought he needed it. Picked it up. It was a phone number. Now, I didn't really know what to do because I'd never been in a situation like this. Most people are like, duh, you throw out the piece of paper and never contact him. But I wanted to make it very clear that I was not interested in the nicest way possible. I texted him a day later and he asked what I was up to, and I'm like, spending time with my boyfriend and one of my friends. Rejected. And well, I thought it worked. So he never came in again, so I took that as never gonna see him again. Well,
Fun story. I saw him again and I
still continue to see him to this day. So basically what has been going on is the fact that I left for a year after that. Didn't hear anything else about him.
And then I came back to work.
And I started working with another kid that was really cool, and me and him got along really well. Well, I was in one spot of where I work, and he was at the other spot, and the guy comes in and he asks, "Is that Krysta over there?" Friend, of course, not knowing, me not thinking to have ever told him because I thought this was done and over with, said,
Yep, that is.
I'm like, okay. Well, my friend comes over and he's like,
Hey, that dude was asking about you and he asked if you were working here again. I told him yeah, and I'm
like, what dude? And I saw him walking out, and I'm like, that would be the creeper that gave me his number like a year ago. I was supposed to say many years ago. It's now just become many years ago. So fast forward a little bit, I left the job again, hadn't seen the guy in forever, and I come back finally recently. Now, This guy, obviously after a year or two, knew who I was still, but came into my work and reintroduced himself. He fucking reintroduced himself. To me, as if I didn't have a clue who he was, and he didn't know who I was. And I'm just like, is this dude for real?
For real?
Right now? Reintroducing himself. But I was polite, because when you working with people, you have to be polite. He introduced himself. I'm like, hi, Krysta. And for some reason, he wanted to shake hands, and I really didn't want to, but his arm was like right in my face, and he's like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, bro, you come in here and get something. You don't need to introduce yourself. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know who you are or anything about you. So it started all over again. And because it started all over again, I had to worry, is he gonna try and give me his phone number again? Now I have dropped the hint. I'm taken. I have a fiance. I'm getting married after I graduate college. I'm a college student who's in a relationship, engaged happily. I spend a lot of time with my fiance's family and him. He lives with me. My fiance lives with me. We have fur children together. We have dogs together. We've been together a good amount of time, and I am happy. Nothing
Works. Now,
some people can't take a hint. This dude, it's like he doesn't even know. Like, it goes in one ear and out the other, and it's just, it's so frustrating to me because he just gets creepier every time he comes in. Like, it's almost like he gives off a Buffalo Bill vibe. Like, if he catches me leaving work late one night,
He's gonna cut off my skin and wear it to a birthday party. His birthday party, where he has no one else at it, just him, in my skin.
like, he gives me the creeps, like, almost like a not charming at all Ted Bundy. Like, there's something off about him, and I can't describe it. It makes me feel really anxious and stressed out anytime he comes in. So he still hasn't given me his number, which is fine by me, but he does continue to come into my place
Of work, a professional environment where you don't do that.
and guys, it got to a point where I was leaving work one day to go work on my student film. And I was rushing because I stayed a little later at work than I was planning to. I happened to come out front and go to clock out, and he's like, oh, hi, Krysta, where are you off to? I'm like, clocking out so I can go to my school, bye. Ran out back. I was running to my car to make sure he would not try and stop me outside. And then, but wait.
and then,
Pulls up behind me, blocks my vehicle. And he's like,
I don't understand why people at your work constantly won't let you just wait on me, because
he specifically asks for me. He insists I wait on him. And I've given him multiple days of attitude because I want to go on break and talk to my fiance is what I've told him. He doesn't listen. And he gets mad at me as if I owe him something. And because he thinks I owe him something and acts that way, I get really nervous because I'm scared. And at this point, I wasn't carrying any of my protection on me, my knife, my pepper spray, my whatever else for weapons people can carry, girls can carry. I didn't have any of those things because I don't I only bring the pepper spray onto campus, and at this point I wasn't at the campus late alone to need it. I didn't need it. I didn't feel like I needed it. I felt safe enough at work to walk out to my car in broad daylight to leave. Now, he parks by my car, and he has this uncomfortable, unsettling look in his eyes and tone as he's talking to me. And I keep trying to say, I need to leave. He's like,
you know, I know your license plate, I know your car, I know your tire cover, and that's how I know to stop to see you. Because I know you're working.
He memorized my tire cover, my car color, license, everything about my vehicle. Except some of the magnets, because those you can't always recognize. Now, I don't normally get nervous about these kinds of things, but this one has just gotten, when he's parked behind me, that's when I got really nervous, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. But eventually I finally wiggled out of the conversation and started to get in my car, and he left. I didn't see him for a while because I made sure to go out back to count, like, you know, get all my stuff ready. I made sure to go back to get all my stuff ready, make sure I was gone before he got there, or I was at least out back hiding. And then one of my coworkers did me a favor and told him I didn't work there anymore because I switched what hours I was working. And I thought it was over.
Plot twist. It's not over yet, everybody.
Ladies and gents, we have a Class A stalker who showed up during one of my earlier shifts. And my coworker tried to save me. She tried to get it so I would be sent out back. And then she would cover what I was doing so I wouldn't have to see him. I had my back turned as such. And all I hear from behind me with my back turned is,
Hey Krysta, long time no see.
and in my head I didn't click whose voice it was. All that clicked was that someone was excited to see me, and it was morning, so I was like, maybe it's an old regular I haven't seen in a while. So I turned my head. Lo and behold, there he is, standing right there looking at me. I'm like, oh, go back to what I'm doing. Now, mind you, it's really busy. I'm busy doing stuff. I don't have time. He's like, did you get rid of your Jeep? And I said, because I could barely make out what he said, I said, what? And he's like, did you get rid of your Jeep? And I'm like, I don't have a vehicle anymore. And went back to what I was doing, and he left. Haven't seen him since in the morning. That was 2 days ago. A day ago. No, 2 days ago. I'm sorry. And it's become a plan that we're just going to send me out back if he shows up in the mornings, because he doesn't seem to take the hint from anybody. And he, from one of my other coworkers even mentioned, he looked very angry that I was there, and he looked very extra creepy, I guess. Not really angry, just extra creepy. But I feel like there was anger in there because of the fact that he had been lied to and now knew it was a bold-faced lie. I don't know what further action is going to be taken yet. I don't know what the game plan is to deal with him. At this point, he doesn't bother me elsewhere. And, you know, I have a good group of people that I work with that are determined to keep me and him separated, which, by all means, do what you gotta do to keep me away from him and him away from me, because, or not me away from him, because it's not hard, I'll just run away, but him away from me, because I just don't know what to do about it. I've never dealt with this kind of situation, and because he doesn't bother me outside of that environment, I don't really think there's anything I can do. So I've started carrying my things with me again. I keep one in my car and I keep one in my pocket. I'm extra protected for any reason at all. But for now, as of now, I feel completely safe because there's plenty of people that work on the shift I'm on if he shows up. So as of now, I don't feel unsafe. That one time I did. But as of now, I feel completely comfortable and safe and fine. I just really hate seeing him because he makes me very uncomfortable. I get all tensed up and nervous and I don't know what to do, but for now, I'm fine and happy as can be, so yeah. But that's my story for you guys. Look out for any creepers. There's a lot of them in this world. And as always, you bright and beautiful little bees, stay happy, stay smiling, stay positive, and enjoy your life and live it to the motherfucking fullest. I'll see all you wonderful people in the next video. Bye!